Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today we are taking another look at Kaiju number 8 and a theory I had, and I was right, and I was right. And not that anybody was contradicting me or anything, but even when you're not arguing with anybody, when nobody said you were wrong, it's such a satisfying feeling when you're right about one of your theories. So, what was the theory? Well, at the end of chapter 38. So that was nearly 5 chapters ago. I was reading it and I glanced back at the final image because the end of 38 ends with that weird cliffhanger side note of the residential tower in Kunitachi City where Kaiju number 9 molts a new body. And I said that after that scene, I was about several hours after it, I'd finished reading the chapter a few times. I was just consumed with the certainty that Kaiju number 9 can produce multiple bodies, and that even if maybe he has one main body where his core is, that's the body or maybe he just has to keep any one of his bodies functional. But I was sure that he had multiple bodies that could be running around at multiple times. And I went back over from the first time we saw him and how he just went poofed into non-existence after he showed up, revived the kaiju during the training arc, shot up Kikoru, and then poofed out of existence. And then he poofed out of existence again after Kaiju number 8 finished knocking him about. And yeah, so we got super Anyway, my theory was that Kaiju number 9, like the fungus that he is able to mimic, that he kind of looks like with that flat topped head, those pale white fungus that crop up in your lawn when it gets wet if you live in a wet area, he has multiple bodies that are actually multiple individual parts of the same organism. Because the way these fungus work, the one that Kaiju number 9 looks like, is that they're actually a network of thin fibers underground. You could dig up the entire ground and you wouldn't see it because the fibers are kind of microscopic. It's only when the fungus needs to reproduce that it sends up these bodies. And that's what Kaiju number 9 does. He sends up these bodies, and these bodies result in reproduction. He makes more kaiju that he can control. Now, there's another different kind of fungus that takes over the bodies of ants, which we see Kaiju number 9 do in these past couple of chapters, but that's the cordyceps fungus, different fungus. What I'm talking about is the way that most mushrooms work. When you see a mushroom, it is the reproductive organ, the seed, or the pine cone of the mushrooms. The actual organism is underground, and if you ever see it at all, you'll see it as fine white lines reaching through the soil. And the part that comes up above ground is pretty much disposable. It's meant to produce its spores and then be disposed of. So no matter how many times you knock out Kaiju number 9, my theory was that he's always going to have another body to fall back on. And sure enough, we get that confirmed in chapter 43. And it's confirmed so solidly, you even have the main characters commenting on it. Kaiju number 9, he comes out of the main ant creature right in front of Kafka. And there is one weird thing in this chapter. At the end of chapter 42, Kaiju number 9 had completely popped out of the ground and his body was already spawned from the ant creature. But at the beginning of chapter 43, you see him spawn from the ant creature's head. Now, if he's behaving like the cordyceps fungus, that means he infected these ants, used their mass in their body to grow. But we're either looking at a different ant and he now has 2 heads pointed at Kafka, or maybe the body moved forward from the thorax to the head, or maybe I'm thinking maybe just chapter 48 did a little jump back in time. But no, because Kaiju number 8 was completely out of the ants before he popped out of the ground. But anyway, we see his body pop up in front of Kafka, and then a few chapters later, you see another Kaiju number 9 body pop out of the head of the ant creature in front of Captain Narumi. And of course, the Defense Force is freaking out about this. Back at the command center, they're freaking out about it. Captain Narumi's staying calm, but clearly they're in a tight spot now. And this was just magnificent. And so you got to wonder if any of these are the actual main Kaiju number 8 body. Kaiju number 9 body, because Kikoru splits it right down the middle and must have gone through his core. And clearly, from a storytelling perspective, the fight is not over yet. So, where is the main Kaiju number 8 body? My current theory is that, I'm sorry, not Kaiju number 8, Kaiju number 9. My current theory is that Kaiju number 9, every single body he's sent up, has not been the main body. Some of them may be bodies that he is fairly fond of and doesn't want to lose because they're useful to him. They're an energetic expenditure that he doesn't want to burn too much, but they are all ultimately expendable, and Kaiju number 9 exists as tiny little microscopic tendrils running down under the surface of the earth, or maybe threading through that entire apartment complex building we saw in Kunitachi City. It's hard to say. And now there's just one piece of artwork that I just found fascinating. It's on page 13. It's the entire page 13 is dedicated to this, and it looks like a stained glass window in a cathedral of a saint descending or stepping down, and instead of the hands reaching out or holding anything, his arms are just pointed down. But you have Kaiju number 9. He has extended, he's got his legs that are attaching him to the ant's head, he's got his 2 human-like arms gripping, then he has 6 arms behind him, each pointing out a big gun, getting ready to blast someone. Now, to support these 6 arms, there is a network of ropey tissue growth. Now, these are probably to support the weight of the arms, but they are, on the one hand, they're very similar to the threads that would connect the microscopic threads that would connect the mushrooms in the ground. So again, that's more evidence that he exists as one of those thread beings. But also the direct circle behind him and the kind of concentric circles coming out of that, it really does make this look like a piece of stained glass artwork, the kind that you'd find in a cathedral. And he's even got the halos over his head that you find in stained glass, and he's even got a cross at the center of his chest. So it makes me think that this might be the first hint of a very common concept in shonen manga, that the guy on the other side thinks he's a hero as well. And Kaiju number 9 is presumably acting in the interest of the kaiju that live wherever kaiju originate, and he is counteracting the military force that is stopping them from doing whatever they want to do. So presumably Kaiju number 9 is the main character, is the hero of this story from the other perspective. And given this is a lot to hang just on one image, but given how much this image looks like one of these stained glass images, this might mean that to his people, Kaiju number 9 is something of a savior figure, a hero, as it were. And so I'm really, really looking to see if this hint is as developed as we expect it to be. And there are so many things I want to go over in this chapter. I will be doing a fully spoiler review afterwards, of course, but this is just supposed to be about Kaiju number 9 being a fungal organism, does not have one central body. He gets split in half, and that means his core was not in the place that it was when Kafka last fought him. He's either removed his core in this body. And this is all very interesting. So I am looking forward to I am so much looking forward to the next chapter. Okay, so anyway, Kaiju number 9 is totally a fungal type organism. He probably exists as a network of fibrous tendrils existing underground, and the Kaiju number 9 that we've seen have just been his reproductive organs popping up. And in order to kill him, they're going to have to, saturate the ground with a fungicide or something. But that being said, check out the links below my video to check out a copy of Humans Are Weird. I have the data, a book of human absurdity, available on Amazon, Kobo, Barnes & Noble. You know the drill. But As of October 2021, I will be launching an Indiegogo campaign for my next book in the series, Humans Are Weird. We took a vote, even more human absurdity, and pre-orders should be up in the month of September, and you should be able to order the book in October. If you order the Indiegogo book, you will be able to get the print book, if that's what the tier that you purchase. Even the lowest tier gets you all of the electronic formats of the book. There'll be 4 electronic formats, same book, but in whatever format you want, basically. And if you buy the physical book, you will also get the audio narration done by me, so it's just author read quality. And okay, so I will check out the links below the video for that. I will see you later. Peace out, my wonderful viewers.
The book from author Betty Adams, Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, is a humorous look at human behavior through the eyes of aliens. This book is arranged in separate reports or essays, documenting the experiences with humanity through the lens of the aliens who have to interact with them. This anthology of short stories and vignettes from alien points of view highlights some of humanity's quirks we can all relate to. Author Betty Adams captures how strange and interesting humans can really be. This is a fun collection of stories you will really get a kick out of. Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, from author Betty Adams. Order your copy right now on Amazon.